up, Gabe? How's it going, dude?
Doing good. How are you, man?
I'm really good, man. I'm really good. Thank you so much. So tell us your first and last name and the name of the place where you guys are, and just kind of talk about the academy, what you guys do there.
All right. So I'm Gabe Hosford. I'm co-owner with my father, John Hosford, and we run Hosford Jiu-Jitsu Academy up in Knoxville, Tennessee. Um, the academy right now, we offer jiu-jitsu 5 days a week, and then on Saturdays I run a little like technical wrestling class. It's not. I don't call it a wrestling practice. I used to coach high school wrestling. I'm not going to make 30-year-old men that aren't, prepping for state do a bunch of conditioning. We just focus on the technical aspect of wrestling in that class. Um,
Got it.
we offer adult and kid jiu-jitsu all week, and yeah, we love it, man.
Do y'all do both gi and no gi? I always ask that. Sometimes it's kind of interesting
We do.
conversations.
So my dad, ran an academy for years. He's a huge gi guy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I threw no gi in. We'd have visitors come that had trained with him in the past, and they're like, "You guys are doing no gi now?" I'm like, "Yeah, you got to do both, man."
So
So yeah,
you do both, right?
we offer both gi and no gi classes.
Okay, got it. What about like the age of the kids? How low does it go?
Right now, I am 7 and up.
7 and up? Is there a reason?
Yeah,
Yeah, I've always asked that. Like, it's kind of
yeah.
interesting to hear the different reasons. Yeah.
It boils down to time.
Time.
I work a
Okay.
day job. I have that extra 4 to 6 age group right now.
Okay,
And
say it one more time. I couldn't hear you. Go one more time.
yeah, so like I said, it boils down to time.
Uh-huh.
I work a day. I don't have the time to get to my academy to run that 4 to 6 age group.
Oh, okay. So 4 to 6 would be okay. It's just the time right now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a
Okay. What about like wrestling? Like, so tell me about like why you're or tell everybody else, this is always interesting, like why you're implementing wrestling into the academy. Why is it important in your mind? What about it is
so
beneficial?
I wrestled in high school, and then after I coached high school wrestling. So I love wrestling. And I think it's very important because the way I look at grappling is the human body doesn't change. So the basic concepts of grappling in any sport, whether it's jiu-jitsu, judo, wrestling, sambo, any of them, the human body doesn't change. It's just the rules you're following.
Got it.
So you get aspects of wrestling, and they're very applicable in jiu-jitsu because, like I said, that human body does not change.
Okay, got it. And what aspects of wrestling are you implementing there? You said like the technical parts. What does that mean?
Yeah, we're just going over like technique and how to use wrestling for jiu-jitsu
Okay.
instead of, oh, I'm gonna make you run a mile. So I'm not worried about the conditioning aspect. I'm not worried about competition.
Yeah.
I'm just worried about learning wrestling and how it can, benefit your jiu-jitsu
Can you
or
give
vice
me like
versa.
an example of like a technique on like the first thing that comes to my mind is like the standing position, who's starting in the standing position, that kind of thing. That's kind of all I know as far as what wrestling adds to it.
So a big benefit of wrestling is not only like the stand up, right? Yeah, knowing how to take someone down and the variations and how to take someone down. Another big aspect is clinch, right?
Okay.
Knowing distance close to someone and how to manipulate the body into getting that angle to take them down. Um, but a big aspect and something I've noticed that's helped my students a ton is just working like that because jiu-jitsu, we don't go over a lot of turtle. It's like it's just a position,
What in the world is
we're like
that? What in the world is that? Sorry.
turtle position is kind of like one person's balled up on their hands or knees, the other guy's on top trying to get like back mount or choke you.
Okay, got it. Got it.
And
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, makes
rest
sense. Yeah.
in wrestling, that's a position, right? So
Yeah.
between the
Right.
first,
I can visualize it. I see it in
yeah.
wrestling.
So and the control from that position, because wrestling we don't submit, but the ability to control someone in that position from wrestling benefits your jiu-jitsu greatly. So actually, like the past 2 weeks, we've just done ground stuff in wrestling class.
I see sometimes in wrestling, people start in that position, like maybe that's where where it was paused, the action was paused. I don't know why, but they start in that position. He was on top,
Yeah,
so and then let's
yeah.
go.
So we're talking, folk style here, just basic US high school wrestling. In between the first and the second rounds, whoever wins the coin toss gets to pick top, bottom, or neutral. So
Oh,
it's top
okay.
or yeah.
That's why. Yeah, I get it. What's your everybody kind of has an interesting take on this. Like, what is your overall kind of like philosophy in teaching jujitsu? Maybe there's something a little bit about the way you teach that makes it a little unique.
So for like me and Dad, and we get this, we're under Pedro Sauer. Pedro Sauer and Jeff Curran, who's a fifth degree under Pedro, good friend of ours. And Pedro, he taught Dad how to teach, and so it's very technical.
Okay.
Right? Instead of showing like get the students through the movement, you know, we break it down to the most technical point we can.
Okay.
So
Like,
put a frame. Let's roll that frame in. Okay, how am I rolling that frame in? Well, I take my palm, I look, it's towards me, and I turn it away. All right. Not only am I doing that, what is my shoulder doing? It's coming forward as well. So it's stuff like that. Like I said, we're very, very technical. It's just the way we teach. It's what I grew up with. It's what we've always done.
teaching it that way, is it a slower way to teach because of that? Does that make sense? But
It's
like
one, yeah,
slower but more effective kind of thing? Is that what it gets
yeah.
to?
It's one of the things we show it. I don't expect a brand new white belt to understand it or do it perfect.
Mhm. Yeah,
So there's still okay. I'm gonna show it this way. If you pick up if my purple belts and up pick up a detail, awesome. If my white belts and blue belts get through the movement, that's all that's needed.
I understand. I understand. The implementation of it clicking isn't necessarily slow. It's just the fact that you do teach those tiny little techniques throughout the move. Right.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. And if it's not
Yeah.
clicking right away, it's okay. You continue. It's not like it slows things down crazy. Yeah, I understand
Yeah.
what you mean. All right, man. Well, tell us, tell us your story. Like, how did you get into it? Did y'all get into it at the same time, or was he in it before you, or vice versa? How did that work?
My
How did you get into it, and why?
dad started jujitsu, I want to say 1996. It's either
Okay.
96 or not. Either way, it was before I was born.
Okay.
um, so I was born in 2001. He started, he wrestled in college, got into jiu-jitsu because he watched the UFC, and he's been doing it ever since.
Mm.
Um, and of course, there's an up and down business wise stuff like that. But I got into it my whole life. There wasn't a time when I wasn't doing.
2021, 2001.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and I fell in love with it. I knew it's what I wanted to do. So coming out of high school, I was like, okay, I tried the whole college thing, but at the end of the day, I knew I wanted to do jiu-jitsu. I wanted to run an academy. So
Oh,
dropped
okay.
out of college, started the academy at a buddy's garage, actually.
So it's not like your
Uh,
dad owned an academy before. You
he
kind of
did at that point it had closed down. Like I said,
okay.
there's life stuff like that. So at that point, my dad didn't have an academy. We had to fresh start.
Got it.
Uh, Started off in, like I said, my buddy's garage. We were there for a couple months. Then I had a friend to reach out who had some mats in his basement off his at a business he owned. It was a Tennessee bonding company in Knoxville, Tennessee. And we were there for about a year. And I got the opportunity to buy the location we're at now. So, and we've been there about 3 years. And yeah, man, it's like I said, me getting into jiu-jitsu and starting the academy and everything has just kind of been my entire life. Like I said, there wasn't a time where I
Yeah.
wasn't on a mat.
I got like an interesting question. I don't know if you'll have a good answer, but I'm just going to try. How have you seen or have you noticed how jujitsu, well, like what jujitsu has done for your dad in his life, maybe his personal life. Like, have you noticed it growing up? Like, have you put two and two together? I think he's this way because of jujitsu or anything like that?
Yeah, so my dad's an interesting character. I love him to death. He's my dad, but he's an interesting character. And there was a point where he got real down low. You know, he was dealing with depression and everything. And this is when he didn't have the academy. Um, and I would literally kidnap my dad. Not like, throw a mask over him and everything, but I'm like, "Come on, we're going." And I would just take him to a mat, and it'd just be me and him training. And that literally led to, well, especially for him, it got him out of that. And I'm a big proponent of, and this is how jujitsu's affected me personally too. And why I opened the academy is to help people, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it's helped me through so much, the troubles I've had in my life. I'm like, okay, I just need to be on a mat for a little bit.
Mm,
'Cause those
mm.
go, then after you're like, "Okay, well, this makes sense now."
Okay.
Clear, at least for me. And in that aspect, I'm like, "Okay, if this is doing this for me and I can help other people, that's why I need to be doing this."
Why do you think it clears your mind?
For me, it's like, it's the only thing in the world that I can do where all of my problems and issues go away. Because it's kind of hard to think about your problems and issues when someone's trying to choke you.
Yes.
So, when
You're
if you
forced
clear.
into that state. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that like flow state where if someone's trying to choke you, okay, I need to move my entire body and deal with this issue. So it's the problem solving aspect of it for me that it clears the head and the mind. Very therapeutic in a way.
So actually, I think what is, and I've never asked this before. Let me ask you this: is it clearing the mind in a sense that you're not able to think of any other kind of problems at that time, and then when you're back into the real world, it's just kind of like, okay, now I can hit this again. Or is it clearing the mind in the sense that you're able to see those problems more clearly while you're rolling?
So I would say
I can
personal
see what I'm saying, right?
little bit of,
Because
yeah.
when you're
Um,
doing other exercises, you're able to think about those problems in that different state, in a slowed down state.
yes.
You understand? Yeah. So that's why I'm asking
Yeah.
that specific to
Um,
jujitsu.
Specifically for me, I am not thinking about anything else while I'm rolling. Um, and again, you get that aspect of like, and I tell my students all the time, do you think an Olympic wrestler who's about to go up for a gold medal is thinking about what he's doing while he's doing it? No. He's done this so many times, his mind is clear and his body's taking over.
Hmm.
It's that aspect of, like I said, a little bit of both. Personally, for me and my jiu-jitsu experience, I'm not thinking about anything. I'm just enjoying it. I'm in that flow state. Um, and I'm not thinking about anything and I'm just smiling, having fun.
I would say it's almost like a movie, like watching a movie. You're just
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
zone. Yeah.
Yeah, and then after, because I've been able to clear my head from all the muck, if I have a problem, it's easier to find that solution, or I'm thinking about it more clearly because the muck's out.
Sure.
And again, that's, personally what it's done for me. Uh, and
That could be
everyone's
like
different.
the motions from the muck, that are getting in the way of solving
It,
something or thinking about it
yeah,
better.
yeah. There's plenty of times like, because I train 7 days a week. Um, so I'll go train. Whether I'm teaching or it's, like it's today a Sunday where I'm just going and training at a different academy. Whenever I say it's usually something small that's just irritating. I'm like, ah. And then I get
Yeah.
done with it. I'm like, I don't know why I was acting like that. This is simple. So it's,
Sure, sure.
getting the muck out and clearing my head. And if I can help, other people in different aspects, like I said, everyone's different. But that's why I opened the academy, is to help people.
What do you think it's done for you and your dad's relationship over the years? I know it's kinda like all you've ever known, but what do you think it has done regardless?
Well, I mean, we're best friends. We are so close, it's not funny. Running this academy with him, training with him throughout the years has been the best bonding a father and son can have. Um, at least for, our relationship and the way we are. It's just yeah, we're best friends, like I said. It's a big part of my life. Very thankful to have the opportunity to, be as close as I am with my father, and the
Mm-mm.
academy let us do that.
Yeah. Do you see that same kind of thing in other people? Father, son, mother, son, mother, daughter, anything? Father, daughter. Do you see that a lot in jujitsu?
Yeah, actually, ironically, well, not ironically, but I've got a cousin in North Carolina. Well, it's my third cousin, my dad's direct cousin. They actually came and visited the academy on this past Monday, and he got his son into it, so they trained together, and they've gotten a lot closer the past year training together. And it's awesome when they come and visit town because they're like, "Hey, let's go train with our other side of it." And they're only blue belts, but seeing their relationship grow and jujitsu being a part of that relationship has been awesome. So yeah, I do believe people that train together end up becoming closer.
And in my mind, like outside looking in, I'm thinking, oh, because they're going to the academy together and they're training. Had you and your dad ever trained at home together? Like it was
Oh
beyond the academy?
yeah, yeah.
You get what
Growing
I'm
up,
getting at?
on-
Yeah, like for
I,
other people, it's more than at the
yeah,
academy itself. Yeah.
yeah. If I had free time, or I just thought it. Luckily, if you're just a student and you don't live with the instructor, you've got to wait to ask them the question.
Mm.
So growing, I would just think of a question, walk in the other room, and ask dad, and he'd show me.
That's
So,
cool, huh?
hey,
Yeah.
I always tell people I grew up jujitsu spoiled.
Yeah. Yeah.
I grew up belt in my house. My uncle was a black belt. Yeah, it was like I said, I was jujitsu spoiled. See, I was constantly, if I had a question, I'd go ask. Dad, or my uncle would show me. It was awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. Oh, your uncle too.
Yeah, so my uncle came up with my dad. So they got their black belts the same day from Pedro.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. Does he live close, your uncle?
Yeah, he lives in Knoxville. He can't, he's got major back issues and can't train anymore,
Got
sadly.
it.
Yeah.
If anybody ever comes to you now and asks that you like what jujitsu can do for them or their kids, what do you tell them?
I tell them that can teach them control, discipline, to be respectful. Um the speech I always give the parents is, especially when they ask, like, "Well, what is jujitsu? What do you show?" And I tell them it's based off control. All right, I'm a
Mm.
self defense academy. That's what I'm doing. I'm not, if I have a student that wants to go be a world champion, good for them. Go do it. I'm not going to stop them. But my main focus teaching is self defense.
Mhm.
And I tell them there's situations where you know choking someone unconscious or breaking an arm is not needed. But if I can control, the person to where they're not getting hurt, they're not injuring me, they're not injuring another person, and I don't have to do any of that, that's what I'm looking for. Control the situation, whether it's de-escalating via vocals or, he swings on you, take him to the ground, control until he's calmed down, he realizes what he's done is stupid. I say he, could be a she, whatever. And like I said, if I can, that's what I tell parents is that's our my main goal is not to have kids going out there and defending themselves and hitting them, sending another kid to the hospital.
Mhm.
Not what I'm looking for. What I want is kids to, number one, have a place to have fun, enjoy what they're doing, learn discipline, respect, and control.
Do you think that focus on control, that word control, what it means in jujitsu itself, the application of it, do you think that focus helps them be able to control their emotions outside of jujitsu, control their thoughts as well?
Yes, that is another aspect of it. I don't actually talk about that a lot, but I've never had to. I've
Yeah.
had one situation where I had a student who lost his emotions one day on someone in a road rage incident, and he told me about it, and I told him, I was like, "Well, you're not training for the next 2 weeks."
Mm,
What I hard students, I was like, "You can't act like that."
mm,
And he has been one of the best students I've ever had.
mm, mm, mm.
So I have a role like if you have a situation, number one, I will help you through that situation, but you're not going to train.
Yeah,
You know, whatever you need outside, if you need help, you need to see a therapist, whatever. But like I said, at the end of the day, if you have a situation like that, I'm not going to teach you to make that situation worse because
yeah, right.
I submissions and stuff like that. So yeah, you have to be able to control your emotions outside of the academy as well.
Got it. What is it about the academy itself that you think is unique that people like about it?
Well, I tell all my students, if you're not here having fun, if you're not smiling,
Yeah,
why are you here? We're here to have fun. We joke. It's and I tell them all the time, I'm like, yes, you guys pay me, but I look at this as my family.
yeah,
This is the family that comes to me, and I want to enjoy my time here. So
yeah.
a big act, we're constantly just having fun, man. And
Mhm.
we're still we all train, drill, we're cracking jokes. It's a good time.
Do you
So
play games with the kids? Like, some people do that, some people don't for different reasons. Like the
um
games implemented in the younger kids' classes.
yes, 100% you have to make it games. Because I remember.
I know you're not referencing that specifically when you're talking about fun, but I'm just wanna ask that as well,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, we play games. One of my kids' favorite games that they love playing is sumo. So I get
Sumo?
a big yeah, I get a outer rope, make a circle ring on the big mat, and then instead of it being like, sumo, we're gonna clinch, I put a yoga ball in between them.
Okay,
So
okay,
they
okay.
get the yoga ball and trying to push each other out.
Yeah,
And what it
yeah.
teaches
That sounds fun, I'd like to do that.
yeah, I mean, I've done it with the adults too, they love it. Uh, but the game aspect, especially like the little kids, and this goes back to where we were talking about, did you do jujitsu at home with dad? When I actually came and did my first class with dad at his academy at the time, um, I don't actually remember, this is the story he tells me and other people is, I remember, or not remember, but he tells the story like, you just looked up in the middle of doing all this and you go, these are just the games we play at home. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yes, especially with the little kids, if they don't think they're learning jujitsu, they love it. It's weird. But if you sit them down, they don't have the attention span to be like, "Put your arm here." It'll take them, you will lose more students, in
Yeah,
my opinion.
100%, 100%, yeah. What do you think the age is when they start to kinda, like, be okay with that type of teaching? The more boring. Yeah,
So, yeah, the more, put your arm here, leg here kinda stuff. It's very
maybe like 8
individual.
or something? 7, 8?
Yeah, I'd say 8 to 11 depending on the kid.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, my son is 9, so I'm just trying to well, thanks, buddy, for your story, dude. It was really cool. It's really interesting talking about, like, like, you father-son kinda thing, right? Um, to wrap it up, can you, tell me, like, what would you like to tell your community there in Knoxville, about the academy?
I mean, everyone, I'm never gonna turn anyone away. If you just wanna visit, drop in, more than welcome, always. I love having visitors. I love building a community, right? I go and train at other places in Knoxville. It's not we're all doing jujitsu, man. If you wanna train, come on out. I don't care.
Yeah, yeah.
Love to have
Yeah, it sounds like a fun place to be, that's for sure.
yeah.
Y'all are on Facebook, is that right?
Yeah, Facebook and Instagram.
Instagram as well? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, thank you so much, buddy, for your time today. It's a Sunday. I
Right.
really appreciate it. I just got done with
Thank
church.
I woke up and did this.
You did? Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh, you woke up late, man. I wish I could wake up. Oh, I can't anymore. I get like a headache nowadays when I wake up too late. I don't know why. I wish I could do that.
Yeah, my place last night with the students, so it was a late night.
Oh, got it, got it, got it. Me and my son and daughter, she's 3, and maybe she shouldn't even be watching it, but she did get scared. I don't know why. We're watching the new Avatar, the fire one.
Oh, it's a
Yeah,
great movie.
it's good so far. We're halfway through. Of course, like, dude, I looked. We've been watching it for like an hour and a half or more, and I looked at like, what's the time on this baby? It is good, and it's like, yeah, halfway through. Okay, we got to stop. It
Yeah,
was 11:30 or something. So thank you, buddy.
always. Thank you.
All right, see you soon. All right,
Sounds good, brother.
bye.
Bye.
Hey, Ken, how's it going today?
It's going great, Cody. How you doing?
I'm really good, thank you. I'm glad we connected. Jordan connected us. Jordan White. He was a fun guy to talk to. I love talking to Jordan, and so thank you, Jordan. But King, can you tell us your first and last name, and the name of the academy, where you guys
Yeah,
are, and kind of everything about the academy, what you guys offer there?
yeah, certainly. So Ken Swain, I Renzo Gracie Academy, Columbia, Tennessee. This is Professor Reggie's second academy after the Spring Hill location, who I earned my black belt through. We're a full service jiu-jitsu academy. So we offer everything from 4-year olds all the way up to, you can't barely walk anymore. We're still training. So we try to make it very family oriented and try to bring couples together and families together and train and get healthy and experience the jiu-jitsu lifestyle.
Awesome, awesome. And do you any kind of striking at all, or just jujitsu?
Just jiu-jitsu.
What's your what is your like? Do you do no gi and gi or?
We do. We do no gi and gi as well. We have 1 day a week that's dedicated to no gi, and then every now and then we'll throw in Saturday. So every other Saturday we have a competition class, and that
Okay,
can alternate between gi and no gi depending on what the competition circuit has coming up for us and what guys are competing and what they're competing in. We'll play that
got
by
it.
ear and address that. We've got a kids competition class right now that's happening every Saturday that is focused on no gi because there's a super fight coming up and some of those kids are competing. So we're focusing their training in on no gi for that.
What does a super fight mean? What is that?
Yeah.
You just
So
hear it often. A
it's,
lot of things are called super fight.
yeah, for sure. So I think they're just using this term now to mean kind of showcase one-on-one matches at a certain weight class, especially for these kids. It makes them feel good because they get their walkout music and the lights and this
Yeah.
elevated stage, and it's a predetermined match. Kids same age, same belt level, same weight class, and it's this focused, exciting moment for them. So it's a good time.
So is a super fight, is that a brand, or is that just a general term that means like a type of event?
Yeah, this is it's a type of event, right? So it's not
Yeah.
a traditional competition where it's more of a tournament format. It's a one-on-one, one time, one fight, you're done.
Oh, okay. Got it. Got it. Got it. But that's what makes it different. It's not a
Yeah, it
tournament.
really is.
It's a
Mhm.
like a UFC kind of, one fight and that's it. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Do,
Yeah,
do,
it makes it fun for the kids again because to them it's the excitement of they're
yeah.
they're treated like real fighters. They're the guys they watch on TV walking out, and one of the kids said, "It's like watching WWE." I was like, "No, no, no, it's not. No, it's not." But
Is
yeah,
it for
it's a
adults
good time
too?
for those. They do adults as well, yeah. But for the
Okay.
kids, it's not as big of a deal. It's more like they do the pre-fight, filling the card out.
Got it. Got it. Um, what's your like kind of overall? I mean, we're talking about the academy right now. So, what's your kind of overall philosophy on like teaching jujitsu? Anything like that? Can you kind of hit on anything like that that makes it maybe special or unique?
Yeah, so for me, it's a little different than some, I guess, because jujitsu changed my life so much. So I want to pass that along to others. So I look to make jujitsu approachable. And so we definitely have levels of class, and depending on who's at the class is depending on what I teach. So I try to make it to where brand new person trying to get in shape, they're new to the sport, they can get something from the class. They get the techniques that they need. They get the foundation that they need. And then if there's our more advanced upper belts at the class, they still get something to take away. I know we can all drill fundamentals forever and it helps for certain, but usually you need those advanced techniques to keep those upper belts wanting to come to those to every class during the week. So they don't feel like, oh, I showed up today and just helped a white belt train, right? I didn't get nothing out of it. I still want them to take something away from the class. So I try to orchestrate the classes to meet everybody that's there. And then I have certain days a week that are focused strictly on more advanced techniques. And I invite everybody to come to those and just let everyone know that if you're brand new, you're going to be a fish out of water here, but that's good for you. You'll learn from that. It's a chance to learn from everybody learning these more advanced techniques. And you may feel lost, but you're still getting to train.
Hmm. So yeah, you just have this like overall like individualized approach to everything
Hmm.
to
I do.
teaching. Yeah. Okay, cool. What would be like, oh, it's like somebody like listening to this for the first time has no idea what what would be the fundamentals? If you can hit on that just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yes. So the
Like
base
just what
techniques,
does it
like,
mean when somebody says that in jiu-jitsu? Yeah.
yeah, for example, a lot of what I work on in fundamentals classes is base, how to keep balance in the various positions, how to maintain a closed guard, how to pass guard, just the basics of keeping guard, passing guard, controlling an opponent as you move into submission. So the submissions we cover in fundamentals are very basic, but the controls are not. So I take a very Hodger Gracie-esque approach to that to control your opponent and win with a basic fundamental move that everybody should know. So it's a very focused on how do I not get swept? How do I advance forward? How do I control my opponent?
Okay, got it, got it, got it, got it. Um, would you say that you guys teach mostly competition focused or self-defense focused or kind of like a little bit of it hits everything?
It hits everything. I really don't